Alright guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and we are in a coffee shop. I'm actually just getting ready to leave and just check out like this place. It is called Remy's and it's so pretty. So this is our work from home spot for today. It's about noon. I've been here for 4 hours and I'm just gonna head out to get some lunch. And this video is sort of like a combination. So I'm going to do a day in the life to show you guys what I spent in New York City, as well as answer a few questions that I asked about studying abroad on Instagram. So we'll do both. This is what I got from here. This was a lavender iced matcha latte, and this one was for about $7. So that is what we are starting off with. It has 2 floors. Honestly, these staircases like freak me out, but I love the place. There's so many people. Wi-Fi is a little spotty. Next up, over here, we're just gonna get some flowers. And the reason for that is it's Karan's birthday tomorrow. So I'm picking up some flowers. We also have to pick up some cake, lunch, and then we'll head home. Look at all these options, like they're so gorgeous. First up, making a custom bouquet. I've never done this before, honestly, in New York City. So this is like a first time experience for me as well. Karan is getting like a very elite treatment. You know, watching this video, he's gonna be the one editing it, but I can already see him saying like, why did you spend so much on flowers? Alright, so heading out, and we're gonna go meet Karan now. I give him the flowers right now itself. Why not, right? I think she made a pretty good bouquet. So let's start off with the first question. And again, I asked these on Instagram. The first question, and this was like a popular one because I noticed that a lot of people ask this in different ways, was if I start my undergrad in India right now, can I apply to the US as a transfer student? And honestly, this is a pretty good question. So there are a few things to keep in mind and remember, because for this particular scenario, one, the transfer acceptance rate in the US is less than 5%, period. Whether you're applying to an Ivy League, elite college, or maybe like a middle tier university, it's all the same. So you're significantly decreasing your chances of getting in just by applying as a transfer student. Second, you can only apply as a transfer student in the first or second year. Cannot be done in the third or fourth year. This is just the way that it works. Third, which is the most important thing, the process to transfer as an international student from any country outside the US into the US is very tricky. You have to get in touch with each college separately and understand what documents they need, what sort of course equivalents they need, because it's a different education system that we're dealing with. So this means that the process may look different depending on which university you're applying to. Okay, so that brings us into like a good leeway of is community college a good idea? And honestly, according to me, it's like this. You apply as a first year student, and obviously your goal is to get into like a good college, right? An Ivy League, an elite college, which is what everybody wants. Best option is a mid-tier university. Honestly, the third best option is the community college, which was your safety college in the first place. That is a much, much better option than applying as a transfer international student from outside of the US. Now, honestly, if you study in a community college, you can then very easily transfer within the US. You guys have to understand that even if you're studying in a community college in the US, since the education system is still the same, you're still in the US, it's easier to transfer. As the minute you try to transfer from outside of the US, it becomes a whole lot difficult because you're dealing with a different education system. You don't know how the credits work, nothing of that sort. So that is why my like least favorite option to any student is applying as a transfer student from outside the US. Now, with that said, I also want to mention one thing. What a lot of students do is they'll say that I'm going to start an undergraduate degree in my home country. Let's take India for example. And then after like 1 year, I'm going to apply as a first year student in the US, basically not telling them that you started your undergrad degree. That's lying and it's not legal. So if you do this and you get caught, you could potentially be banned from applying to the US at all, period. So don't try to do this. Don't try to like be over smart and try to mess with the system. Follow the rules, apply the right way. And if you guys are wondering, in all of this New York City heat, how I stay fresh and smell good, I always have my Dossier perfume handy with me in my backpack. My current favorite is Woody Chestnut. These come in a variety of fragrances at affordable prices. The link is going to be in the description if you guys want to check them out. Wow. All right. Okay. So the next question that we have is how many colleges should you apply to, like in total? And honestly, I think a good number to be between, depending on what your budget is somewhere between 10 to 20 is a good number. My only suggestion is make sure you apply to colleges that are like dream, within reach and safeties, not just like the elite colleges. You're going through this entire process, kind of like learning how to apply and writing all these essays. Might as well do it right, rather than just applying to acceptance rate colleges that have like less than of like 10% or something like that. That's not smart. Taking our train to downtown. Canal Street is basically where Karan works, so that's where we're going. So the next question that someone asked is they're like completely lost, don't know where to start, how to shortlist colleges. My only like single advice to anyone who's applying, I guess recently and wants to like learn more, would be to consider taking the Ivy League 101 course. It's absolutely a game changer. This isn't the first time that it's being done. It's the second year, and it is a complete guide at like one of the most affordable prices that you can think of, that teaches you how to shortlist colleges, work on your college application, help you understand the process as an international student, what you need to work on, when you need to work on, and even apply for scholarships and financial aid. So the link of that is going to be in the description below. There is an early bird pricing going on if you guys are interested. Time for lunch. We are eating in this place called Kava, and I think it's right over here. There it is. Basically like Mediterranean, Middle Eastern, Chipotle style food. Pretty affordable, I think. And Karan is also meeting us here. मैं कर रही थी कुछ, मेरे को इसलिए नहीं आना था, मैं घर लेके जा रही थी. Okay, so one bowl, some pita chips, and a drink. Honestly, like this bowl is very, very big. It's enough for like 2 of us to eat. And the bill for this was $27.49. What are the flavors in that? Okay.
And the other options, the Party Safe Original Grade is highlighted in yellow.
Okay. Can we do the 6 pieces of the party favorites?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you. $10 for the cupcake. Not a usual expense, but we'll add it for this day. Someone asked if they can get into Harvard Medical School after doing the MBBS in India, and the short and clear answer to this is no. The education system in the US is very much different than that of India, and basically doing an MBBS doesn't carry any value. You have to do a pre-med degree or completely finish your degree in India, and then after that you can do the USMLE and come to the US to practice medicine as a physician. So is research publication really required for graduate school admissions? Now, frankly, it always helps if you have a research publication, but if you don't, it's not the end of the world. You can show something else on your profile, like a project, an internship, or some sort of a work experience. All of those play an important role as well. Okay, so when do you submit your class 12 results? And you needed to get your I-20. So let me give you like a quick snapshot of like the timeline. You apply for colleges with your predicted 12th marks, and then let's say you get an acceptance letter and you say yes to that acceptance letter. They will then, by the time all of this happens, it's usually like April or May, and your class 12 official results have come out. So then you have to send your class 12 results. All this is usually by email, nothing like physical. They verify your 12 documents, and then they issue your I-20. So technically, the class 12 result verification is done before the I-20 is issued, but it's not a required document. Okay, we'll do 1 small scoop of the mint chocolate chip, and then 1 small scoop of this one. We got ice cream, $9. Pre-birthday celebration. But the last question I want to tackle is, what if I don't get in? And this is something that makes a lot of students anxious, and honestly it's a part of the process, not knowing until those decisions come out, not knowing until you finished applying whether you'll get in anywhere or not, right? My advice would be, when you're applying to colleges, be smart about it and apply to a wide variety of colleges. And secondly, if you don't get in, it's not a complete waste of time. You went through and you learned the entire process. So you do have the option to try again in the next intake and learn from your mistakes, try to improve upon them. Worst case scenario, you have to maybe do a degree in your home country. You can then apply for a master's or another graduate level degree. If it is still, your dream to come to the US. But, life doesn't end there. There are multiple alternatives present. So, think of it as like a positive thing and move on. Right, so we're getting Taco Bell for dinner, and typically we don't eat outside like all 3 meals, but one I picked a day where there was like something happening, so obviously the video wouldn't get boring. And like usually for dinner I'll like cook something at home, Indian food mostly, something that's light, and it's not this much, but I'm pretty sure like the total has reached to an absurd amount, and it's not realistic to multiply that by like 30 for the entire month. But I'll show you guys what we're getting for dinner. Right, so we got the chicken tacos. Let's see how this one looks. Not bad. And nachos over here. We always get the veg and some jalapenos. The best part about Taco Bell are these. Where's the sauce? This one. So we're gonna eat this. We got 3 tacos and some nacho fries, and these were like the cupcakes that we'll eat tonight at 12 when it's officially Karan's birthday. But yeah, these are very, very good. If you guys come to New York City, you guys should definitely try these. Very popular as well. They're tiny, bite-sized. But yeah, that's all that I had for this video. Starting next week, we're going to start with episode number 0 for the Road to Success series. And in that, I'm going to cover like the differences and the basics of scholarships, financial aids for international students applying to the US. So make sure you guys watch that. Leave your questions about like scholarships that you guys have in the comments of this video. I will pick any one question and answer that next week. Like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I hope you guys enjoyed like this, what I spend in a day. Like I said, it's typically not this much, but it's a realistic view of how much it costs just to be living in New York City, which is pretty expensive. That's about it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.